how are y'all doing in this? I guess we just completed our 4th week, so is this technically the 5th week of quarantine we're going into? I don't know. It's all blending together right now, but I don't like it. But today we're going to be talking about Von Miller and the silence around his COVID-19 confirmation. Even though y'all know I'm not really good at giving passes, I'm going to give the Denver Broncos a little bit of a pass because HIPAA rules mean that they can't really say anything about someone's health status unless they come out and say it first. But Von Miller said it, went on a couple shows about it. And then we got a statement from the Denver Broncos, and they say this. They say, after experiencing flu-like symptoms, Denver Bronco linebacker Von Miller has tested positive for COVID-19. Von has elected to share his diagnosis publicly to emphasize that anyone can be affected with the coronavirus. Von is doing well and recovering at home in self-isolation. He remains under the care of team doctors who are all following all coronavirus treatment procedures to ensure a safe environment for Von and our community. So that's sweet and everything. Like I said, it was late and I kind of expected more. I kind of expected a statement from the NFL. I expected a bigger, impactful statement from the Denver Broncos. And I definitely didn't expect to go on to Von Miller's live and see him talking with Quavo and hear him say the following. So check this out.
I just got like a little cough burn, like a little shortness of breath. I already got asthma.
Oh man. So that's what I'm saying. So like, when you have to like sleep with your breathing machine and like ain't no special protocols, ain't nothing that.
No, doctor.
He told me.
All he told me is that I got it. That's it. I've been in the steam room heavy though. I've been in the steam a couple times a day. I feel like it helped. And we've been doing like what we've been doing, Hugo. It's like this little orange peel.
Oh yeah.
It's like this little orange peel. It's like this little orange peel.
I do that every I do that like twice a week.
It's troubling to me to hear that doctor sent him home and was like, oh, quarantine, call us if anything happens. When you know that the way that this is affecting Black people, especially Black people with underlying health conditions. Asthma is an underlying health condition. The way that this virus attacks you is it attacks your lungs and it makes it harder for you to breathe, dare say impossible for you to breathe once this virus really takes hold of you. So you send a dude with asthma home? I'm troubled by this. The Rams center, Brian Allen, also tested positive for this 3 weeks ago. The crazy thing is I barely heard about that. I didn't even really hear about him being tested positive until this Von Miller situation came about, which again is troubling because on the outside looking in, the NFL has been one of the organizations that has said, no, we are pushing forward. It is going to be business as usual for us. Obviously not completely usual because they have talked about having games without fans in the stands, typical narrative that we're hearing across all sports organizations in that regard. But other than that, they're having the draft on Thursday. This Thursday coming up, they're going to start the draft. Yes, that's going to be virtual, but everything that they have said is said, no, we're business as usual. That changed for the NBA. The second Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell from the Utah Jazz tested positive with it, then everything came to a screeching halt. And it became, okay, not only do we have to think about the safety of our players, we have to think about the safety of the public as well. We have to, in an effort to be responsible, put everything on hold. The NFL is not doing that. Essentially, we have the same two. Technically, it's three if you count Sean Payton, who was a coach for my New Orleans Saints. And he was diagnosed with the coronavirus. You kind of heard it was just a blurb. It was just like a little pop-up. It wasn't the same attention that Rudy, Donovan, and KD got when they were diagnosed, right? So to me, from the outside looking in, it looks to me like the game and making sure you do not take the hit that we've seen that the NBA has taken as far as revenue. It looks to me like the NFL is more concerned with that than it is the safety and health of their players. The NBA always gets it better than the NFL, so I don't want to seem like I'm completely surprised, but I kind of am, especially because we see how much more the United States has been impacted even than China was impacted. I hope that it's just the draft. I hope that the NFL is like, look, we got to keep this hush hush. We got to at least get this draft done because the draft is the first domino to fall for a lot of other things as far as our upcoming season is concerned. Let us get through this draft, and then we'll take a step back and see if there's some things we need to do. If we need to say, okay, we're going to push this back. And again, I get it, given when the preseason, regular season start, I get not wanting to really say anything right now because theoretically, if we not out of this stay-at-home order, riots will ensue anyway. We coming out of this stay-at-home order one way or another.